Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 3 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series, season 8. Dude, guys, finally found redstone. What's up? Totally excited to have finally found redstone. Like, super excited to have finally found redstone. I also made myself a tinker's shovel. Did that off camera. Hooray! Pretty much the same setup that I had on my other tools. Wood and iron, nothing fancy. Figured it was okay to do that off camera. Nobody would get too upset. And right now I'm just doing a little bit of mining. Hey, I found another little cave. Nice. I love when I find caves, because it is just a smorgasbord of resources. Not found any more aluminum, which I was kind of looking for right now. But that's okay, I can manage. You know what else I haven't found yet? Gold. Haven't found any gold. Would love to have found gold. Black quartz. Gonna have to start playing with actual additions to figure out what black quartz is for. I know it's a resource. I know it's used for things and stuff. Shimmering mushroom. Ooh, what's that? Another shimmering little mushroom? Yeah, nothing too fancy up here. Alright, not a huge cave. Not as exciting as I had initially hoped for. Alright, a little bit more iron that I missed. Remember, kids, don't dig straight down. I'm a professional. Don't try this at home. Alright, that's enough mining for this episode. We're gonna head... Ooh, more redstone. I lied. More redstone. I mind it. We're gonna head back up to the base to do stairs or step assist. One of the two. An item that gives me step assist or stairs. I haven't figured out which yet. I don't know what items will be early access that can give me step assist. I mean, I could turn on the Minecraft config for it. I'll be honest, I don't like the Minecraft config, because the Minecraft config is not step assist, it's auto jump. What it means is that you automatically jump, as opposed to step assist, which step assist is like you immediately go up exactly one block level, where jump is you go a little bit higher than the block level and then you fall down. Like you jump higher than one block space, right? So that's why I turn. It's my personal preference, right? So we've got some good stuff. I would like today to work towards maybe, just maybe, going to the nether. Might sound crazy, but if I'm going to really ramp up my tool production, redstone, yes, resonating redstone crystals, nice, from extra utilities. Super cool, good to have those. We're going to use them at some point. Cool and cool. Alright, might want to go to the nether today. Might want to start on some other technical stuff. How's my farm doing? How's this creeper doing that's hanging out? Enderman. What are you doing here, Enderman? Hey! Beat it. Listen, buddy. That Enderman, he was a distraction while the creeper was after me. What is up with that? Did you see that? That Enderman totally... Like, that creeper completely ignored me. He was really far away. I was talking to the Enderman, and then that creeper showed up and killed me. What is up with that? What did I just get? Death info. Nice. Oh, that's cool. Shows me the XYZ coordinates of my death. And all the resources I had on me. That's kind of cool. Hadn't played with this mod yet. Gravestone mod. But, I like that. Let's fill in this hole. First death of the season, guys. Right? I haven't died yet before, have I? I think that's true. I might be lying. The next test of the Gravestone mod, I'll be honest, I didn't test this mod too much. It was recommended to me as, you know, a pretty good Gravestone mod. There's a handful of them, right? And I said, yeah, go for it. So the next test of the Gravestone mod for me, let me remove my death waypoint, is to find out when I break the block, does it give me my resources back? Yes, in the same slots they were. Nice. That's just a lovely quality of life thing. All the resources back in the inventory slots the way they were, or close to it at least. All right, so you guys are doing cool over here, right? We've got resources in there. I wouldn't mind... Maybe I'll make myself a quick axe to chop down trees a little bit better. You know what I want to do? I know what I want to do. I want to make a hammer. Hammers are cool. Hammers are awesome. Hammers I want. Hammers I need. Hammers are amazing for mining. And if we're going to be doing any level of mining, we want to get hammering, like right away. The only downside to hammers is that they require a tool forge. And the tool forge doesn't have a recipe. Why don't you have a recipe? Well, that must be a little bit of a minor bug, because there is a recipe for it. I'm just not seeing it at the moment, so that's okay. Let's get... So the tool forge needs a tool station, if I remember correctly. A few blocks of iron, or really any material, and some seared bricks, which luckily we have some of. Cool. Let's see if we can look up what the tool forge can be used for. Interesting. You really don't want to tell me the recipe of the tool forge, do you? Interesting indeed. All right, let's get blocks of iron here, and we'll do, I'm pretty sure it's this. Yeah, cool. So couldn't tell you why that recipe didn't show up in JEI, but it must be something of a little bug. Hey, this is the first iteration of the pack. Not going to be perfect. But the tool forge allows us access to the second tier of tools in Tinkers. So aside from your standard hatchet and shovel and pickaxe, we have access to the hammer, the excavator, and the lumber axe. Awesome. We can also, might want to get some nice weapons at some point. Ooh, the shuriken. Fast, short-range throwing weapon. Nice. I like it. Hammer's probably the first thing we're going to need. To make a hammer, we're going to need a heavy tool rod, a tough tool rod. We're going to need a hammer head, 2 of them, or 2 plates and 1 hammer head. Resource-wise, we'll probably go iron at this point. Let's see, do I have the book on me? I'm assuming that I can now void this Deathstone info. So, lots of abilities, lots of tools, lots of stuff. Early game stuff. Can I click on things? I can. That is awesome. Great. All right. So we don't have any access to slime stuff, really. We haven't done the nether yet. Cobalt and ardite things. Copper compared to iron. That's kind of what I want to see right now. So iron has a mining speed of 6 and a durability of 204 and has magnetic on it. Copper is slower, but you gain additional experience. So that's kind of cool. Lead, poisonous. Poison enemies on hit. That's interesting. Definitely a little bit slower mining speed than 6. Silver, electrum has a high mining speed, but that requires gold. We don't have access to that yet. I don't even know if we have electrum in the pack. I have to check. Steel, a little bit faster mining speed, but I don't think we have an easy way to get steel just yet. I don't know what Constantan is, but it's slow. Thermal inversion. That's cool. Bronze, mining speed of 6.8. Bronze is a good durability. Bronze might be a tool to go with. I might want that. Your tool lasts longer when it has less durability. That's cool. I think bronze might definitely be the way to go. Let's do bronze. So bronze we can make because we have access to tin and copper. Bronze is made, molten bronze, with 3 copper and 1 tin. Makes 4 bronze. Okay, so we're going to need 8 of each resource. So we're going to need 24. So we're going to need 6 sets of bronze, right? So for that, we're probably going to need, you know, a handful of stuff. So let's get started. I'm probably going to want a decent amount of bronze. So let's do like 9 and 3 for now. But bronze definitely seems to be the way we're going to want to go. So 9 and 3, we'll see how much we get. So that should be 3 times 4. So we'll probably want 3 times that, right? So that'll be 12 bronze is what we'll wind up getting. And this will be 24 bronze, which will be enough to make the hammer that I want to make. And then for the tough tool rod, what good resource? Netherrack's usually a good one, but we haven't been to the nether yet. You get a 1.1 modifier on the handle for bronze, so it might not be terrible. Like a full bronze tool rod, that might not be bad. Treated wood, immersive engineering, we're not there yet. What else do we got here? Electrum, just looking at the handle modifiers. Copper's not bad. Ardite and manulin and cobalt, we haven't been to the nether. We need to do that. Slimes we don't have access to yet. Pig iron, I'm not even sure what that is. Sponge. Yeah, we'll probably just go with wood. Wood's probably just fine. Bone would work. I don't think we've gotten any of those yet. Flint's bad for a handle. But wood's good. And it gives you ecological, which is nice. So we'll do that. So let's get ourselves the patterns that we're going to need. We're also going to want to throw some clay in there. We're going to want 3 more sets of clay. Let's get like... I'm just going to get a dozen. That's twice as much as we need, I think. Yeah. And you can make me a tough rod pattern, a large plate pattern, and a hammerhead pattern. And you guys are all going to go into the pattern chest so that when I go over here, I can easily get a wooden tough tool rod. And then we're going to want 2 stone versions of the plate. So see how it says material value is 8 is what we need. Material cost is 8. Cool. So we're going to need 2 plates and a hammerhead, which is also 8. Cool. Then you should have turned into bronze. Good, you did. That's cool. It's slowly mixing right now. So tin is being lost, copper is being lost, and it's being turned into bronze. Let's get ourselves a bronze plate. That's right, we need the clay first. Cool. And then that can turn into bronze. That requires a decent amount. It's 8, remember, so it's a lot more pouring. I don't know if the cooling time is longer, but we'll find out. Doesn't seem too bad. Nice. And this tin and copper should be well on its way to being converted into the bronze that we need. That is awesome. So I'm going to need clay next. So there's your bronze plate 1. Bronze plate 2. Cooling. Pouring. Oh, you know what? I did my math wrong. I gave it twice as much as it needed because I forgot that you double from ores to ingots. So I actually have twice as much bronze as I need right now in here. But that's fine because I'll probably switch up my pickaxe and shovels to bronze as well. But yes, I completely forgot that iron and tin and copper, you get double from the ores, right? So, oh well. No biggie. Won't hurt to have extra bronze, I promise you that much. But that's why we have more bronze than we need. We have twice as much. Because it doubled it. Nice. So we're gonna have an awesome hammer here. You know what I might want? Let's go for broke. I'm gonna go get an iron ingot. I'm gonna repair my pickaxe. Because it'll just mean faster mining. Might even do it with my shovel too, because why not? So let's repair my pickaxe. Check. We'll want the bronze anyway. Let's get one of you. And while I'm at it, shovel. Why not? Cool. Get the clay. Check. Get the bronze. As soon as you're cooled. Check. While that's cooling, I'm going to make my hammer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dire hammer. Awesome. Super cool to have that. And then let's get the shovel. Getting dark out. I'm going to get creepered on again, aren't I? Haven't even used my shovel yet. And I'm already replacing the tool head. Direwolf 20 is blown up by a creeper. Evil, nasty creeper. Cool. So now we can replace these and get just better, right? So mining speed 6, mining speed 6.8. More durability too. Much more durability. Look at that. 244 becomes 470. That's awesome. So it's faster and it has more durability. You literally can't go wrong. I love it. All right. Let's go try out our new hammer. Yeah. Now we can put modifiers on this thing to speed it up using redstone, but I'm not ready to do that. I have a little bit of redstone, but at some point we'll speed this thing up. What I'll probably do is upgrade it to like cobalt or something, and it'll be even faster. But for that, we have to go to the nether. Let's go down here and see what I'm talking about. So hammers can break in a 3x3 pattern, right? So this is the mining system that I was doing a minute ago. This is the mining system I'm doing now. Nice. Dude. Now we're talking. You can even increase this. You can make it, it can be 5x5, but it misses the corners is what winds up happening. So what you get is like 5 by 5, but not the corners. And that just bugs me. So I usually stick with the 3 by 3 pattern. I know I said we wouldn't mine off camera or on camera, but I'm showing you guys a new way of mining, so you get to see it for a minute. How beautiful is this? Once you get hammers, you're pretty much set for mining for a while, until you get to automated mining. And hey, look at that, everybody! Just found our very first diamonds. Officially the first diamonds of the pack. Nice. This is the first time anybody playing the Direwolf 20 pack has gotten diamonds. How's that? How's that for awesome? Cool. All right, I'm gonna mine a little bit with my newfound hammer, and then we'll be back to make some more cool tools, and maybe we'll look into some other stuff as well. So we'll be right back. All right, guys, just cleared a bunch of stuff out, and look at all the resources I got. My hammer is about half used up. Keep in mind that every time you break, you know, a wall, it's gonna be 9 uses of durability, right? There we go, freshly cleaned out inventory. I got a lot of stuff to take care of. Holy cow. Nice. So we've got good resources. We've got a lot of bronze left. I'm gonna turn this into a block of bronze. Have I found even any aluminum at this point? Just the 2 bauxite. Well, I guess I could combine it. Right, because aluminum brass is made with 3 aluminum to 1 copper, right? So I could do 2 to 1, and I should still at least get some in there. It'll probably be not perfect, but it'll work. Aluminum, by the way, has a really low melting point, so it smelts super fast. But if I could get an ingot cast, I'd be very pleased. But at this point, I should be able to repair this thing. Now, a note is... Oh, cool, only 1 bronze to repair it. That's awesome. That's super awesome. So that should get that, and now we're starting to get aluminum brass, which I'm going to put at the bottom here. So we're getting a few ingots worth. It'll probably use up all the aluminum in here and leave a little bit of copper left. So to do, next time I get a piece of aluminum, throw it in here so it turns into aluminum brass. But now I should be able to get a mold that will never be destroyed. So that any ingots that I have, like iron right now, I've got 1 ingot of iron, I can just pour it out and get it. Nice. And the bronze, I've got a block and an ingot, right? So I'll do 1 block and I'll do 1 ingot. It'll cool. And then I'll get the other ingot. And it'll cool. And that's pretty good. Okay. And we've got a little... I'm going to leave the aluminum brass in, and I'm going to leave the copper in. And then this bronze will harden. And we've got some bronze, and we can use that to repair our new hammer. Awesome. Another tool I wouldn't mind getting, and I'll probably do bronze as well, so I don't know why I poured out all my bronze, because that was derp. I want to get this dude. So I'm going to need 16 bronze for this. So let's get it. Yeah, I don't know why I poured all that out. It's okay. It doesn't take too long to melt, I don't think. Yeah, it's a pretty quick melting process for bronze. It has a low melting point. Does it tell you on the tooltip anywhere? I don't think so. But this guy's awesome. We're going to need a tough binding, which I don't think we've got the pattern for yet. So let's get it. Tough binding pattern. Throw it in your chest. And get your part builder. I'm going to want... Let's see. We're going to want... Oh, you know what else we need in terms of pattern? The broad axe head pattern. Yes. So we're going to definitely want the broad axe head. Now, let's leave you alone. You. Broad axe head. And the plate to be bronze. Okay. Let's do flint for the binding. And the tough binding, I want to say, is 3 pieces, unless it's changed. But I'll grab all the flint I have, and if we need to, we'll get more. Nice. And then we'll get wood for the tool rod. And again, we can always replace all this stuff, right? So you can start with some basic resources, and then if you decide you want something better later, it's no big deal, right? So for you, let's get the clay poured over you. And then the bronze. And we still have some decent amount of clay. I think we've got 2 more uses on the clay we've got in there. And then this guy. Sweet. Cooling. And then we'll get the broad axe head, which needs to be clay first. Check. And then bronze on top of that. So the broad axe head, so we'll make a broad axe. We'll put these guys in here. You should be done pouring now and cooling. Done. Cool. Broad axe head, this guy, dire axe. Nice. That's pretty cool. Let's sleep through the night and try it out. All right, so the broad axe head is amazing. It can chop down your trees in one fell swoop. So just do this. Goodbye, trees. All the wood. It's a little bit slower than chopping down individual pieces at a time, but overall it's faster, is what you'll find. So it's pretty awesome. And combined with this rapid tree decay thing, makes for a really nice mod. Good combination. Beautiful. Look at that. So nice. And the excavator is a 3x3 for shovel, but we're not going to make one of those right now. What I am going to do is replant my saplings and check out my wheat farm. So yeah, the worms help. They're not like insanely crazy, but it's better than nothing. They're definitely a little bit faster. Cool. So guys, we're in like really good shape here in terms of resources, in terms of smeltery. Let me think about what I want to do next, because I'm not 100% sure what I'd like to do next. So we'll be right back. So I'm going to show you guys a little trick with the smeltery here. I think I've got enough to do it. Ready for this awesome stuff? Did you know that you can pour out multiple block faces of the same drain? I did. Hooray! We just doubled our output speed. At this point, I threw a bunch of molten iron in there, and I'm waiting for it to all pour out. The other thing I'm putting in there is cobblestone. So cobblestone is awesome in that you can make seared stone out of it. So I'm probably going to more iron than seared stone right now, but I want to get maybe a few more drains just to make this a little bit faster. So right now, I'm actually cooking, I think, the iron faster than I can cool it and get the block out. So that's why I wanted to speed this up a little bit. Probably I'll have on the other side more drains that I can just do this with, and then it'll be faster. At some point, we'll automate this thing, and we'll probably wind up automating with other mods. But there's some seared stone, so that's cool. If you guys are done pouring, I got 2 blocks and an ingot. So I wouldn't mind getting some ingots out of this, just so I can make more stuff. What I probably wouldn't mind doing, let's get a hopper underneath there. That sound like a plan? So I'll get 2 chests. One of them being a hopper. And if we wanted to, we could wind up putting the chest here, the hopper here, and it should only hopper out the item, aka the ingot. And then if we pour it again, it'll do the same thing, right? Let's get more blocks out of this thing. And we'll be back in a minute. So the reason I'm getting all my iron converted is I want to make some armor. If I'm going to be going to the nether soon, which is kind of my plan, I'm going to make some basic iron armor. It's obviously, you know, pretty good. Let's see, helmets. There's a lot of options for armor, obviously, in a modded pack. Iron gives you 2 armor on your helmet. You can get black quartz helmets, but that requires coal and nether quartz. All right, that's not too bad. Oh, I could also crush or smelt the black quartz I've been finding around. I want to hang on to that stuff. Emerald, obsidian, redstonian. Nice. These are some cool stuff. That's all from actually additions, I believe. Yeah. There's a bunch of different helmet options, obviously. There is bronze, but I'll probably go with iron. I'll stick with iron. Not a bad material to make your stuff out of. Also, we just have a ton of iron right now. Like, I'm not even done smelting at all. to do tech advancement. Oh, look at this. See? 3 more blocks. It's crazy. How'd I do with this? I got 9. It's probably not terrible. Oh, look, we're starting to get cobblestone again. Cool. What I might do real quick is get a redstone clock. It's a nice, simple way to automate smelting. So all it requires is 5 redstone and some smooth stone, which you can make with granite, I believe, right? It's ore dictionaried. Cool. And then we can also get ourselves a lever. And I'll show you the benefits of this. If you apply a redstone signal to the faucets, they'll drain for you. So it's not ideal to use when you're doing casting basins, because if you don't have enough liquid to go into the casting basin winds up getting stuck. So let's wait until all this iron is done smelting, and then we'll be back, which it is. So actually, I can probably do this right now, right? Once we're under a block, all I gotta do is, for now, I'm gonna make it a piece of cobble that sits here. The redstone clock goes right here, and it applies a redstone signal to the faucet. And because we've already automated the output of the material into here, this automates the faucet. Done deal, right? That's all we had to do. Easy peasy. If you want to stop this from running, just give it a redstone signal, and it no longer runs. Cool? So my recommendation is when you have a lot of iron or whatever in the casting basins, and you want them to be, going faster than this would go, that's probably the approach you want to take. But overall, this will work. It's automated, right? We just got a lot more iron. So we can just leave this be and we'll come back later. And what we'll have is, I'm probably not going to want to, I'll let it do the aluminum brass and stuff. It's probably gonna, what's gonna happen is we're gonna lose some aluminum brass. I think that's okay with me. I'm gonna let that happen. If I was being cautious, I would say no, don't let that happen. But watch what's going to happen. The 3 nuggets are going to pour out. There is a nugget cast, by the way. And then it's going to get stuck. And now it kind of puts a block on the system. But that's okay. We're also going to have the same thing happen with the copper here. So I lost half a piece of copper. Again, I'm not going to lose sleep over that. And then we'll start getting our seared brick. Cool. Awesome. So this feels like a good wrapping up point. I've got armor. I'll probably make a sword next episode, and then we'll look into getting to the nether. I'd like to get to the nether because there's good ores out there that I can upgrade my tools with. We might also start getting into some tech mods at some point soon, sooner than later. I haven't decided which tech mod I want to start with. There's a few options, obviously, as usual. I might start with actually additions, just because you guys have never seen me play it before, and I don't know the mod that well, so it would help me to learn it a little bit better. So that might be cool. We might look into doing actually additions. Legitimately, I'm not sure if actually additions will work for me in terms of a tech mod start, but it might be worth a shot. Probably going to do a little bit of research on the mod, understand it better. I do owe a mod spotlight to the mod author of actually additions. And Elpec is his name. And he will be getting that sooner than later, probably, because I'm going to have to learn the mod if I'm going to be using it. So, for now, Darryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We will come back next time to continue with this series. Hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm very excited to be doing the Let's Play series. For now, take it easy.